Good morning. This is Sri here, and we are almost on week number 12 of the NFL season. We're a little early today because today happens to be the start of three games on Thanksgiving Day, and there's also a Black Friday game tomorrow. So, first of all, happy Thanksgiving to all the listeners. And then we start off as usual with the Packers and the Lions in Detroit. That's the tradition of the Thanksgiving games. And then Dallas jumped onto it, and then NFL just added a third game in the night. So, it's a blockbuster day for a sports fan starting from 12:30 to all the way till 11 o'clock in the night. So the Packers going to the Lions, usually the roles definitely are reversed because the Lions now are the better team. And while the Packers did have a great win last week, the Lions came up with a big win against the Bears at home. They didn't play the best, but they eked out the victory. And the Lions, I do think that they continue to win at home, and they should get the victory and move to 9-2. Then we got the Commanders and the Cowboys, and this should be a victory for the Cowboys. They're 7-3, with the Eagles having won, trying to keep pace with the Eagles. The Cowboys need to win 7-3, but there's also other teams in the NFC that they have to keep up with. They look pretty good from a playoff contention standpoint. So I have a feeling that the Cowboys are going to win rather easily against the Commanders. And then we got the big one, the division matchup between the 49ers and the Seahawks. The 49ers seem to have gotten their act together. Big win last week. And then the Seahawks fell last week, so they're one game behind the 49ers, but they're hosting Thursday night Seahawks. Let's see if the 12th man gets them any kind of a boost. Geno Smith was hurt last week. I think per last reports, he should be ready to go. And I have a feeling that while he makes a big difference for the Seahawks, the 49ers should win this one in a close one. It won't be easy for them. Then tomorrow we got the Dolphins going all the way from South Beach to the Meadowlands to the Jets. The Jets are going through a little bit of a funk with Zach Wilson now relegated to a third string quarterback, with Tim Boyle taking the role of the quarterback for the Jets. The Dolphins won a close one against the Raiders last week. And while the Jets still have a great defense, I do feel that the Dolphins should come away with the win tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Then we go to the full slate of Sunday games with the Buccaneers traveling to the Colts. The Buccaneers have been on and off in the sense that they win one game, they lose one game. They're still only one game behind in the division. I mean, the Saints are 5-5, and the Buccaneers are 4-6. So it's an important game for them. I have a feeling that on the road, going to the Colts, they can win this one, and let's see what happens. And then we come to the Patriots versus the Giants. Now, this used to be like a marquee matchup, but now the Giants came up with a big win last week against the Commanders. DeVito throwing for 3 touchdowns. The Patriots coming off a horrendous loss in Germany. I don't know who's going to be the quarterback. I still feel it's going to be Mac Jones. But this is going to be the race for who's getting the better pick between the 3 seed or 4th pick in the draft. The Patriots go to the Giants. I have a feeling that the Giants are going to win this game against the Patriots. Then we got a big matchup, Steelers and Bengals. However, the Bengals right now without Joe Burrow for a second season, which is very unusual for a quarterback of his stature. But the Steelers lost to the Browns. Um, could be a good boost here in terms of coming on the road and winning against the Bengals without a good quarterback. So Steelers win that matchup. Then we got the Panthers going on to the Titans. And again, this is another game like the Patriots and Giants where these teams are fighting for the draft picks. The Titans, the Panthers have been playing solid, um, game, but except that they just always keep falling short. I mean, they don't have the personnel around them. Um, but I do think that the Titans at home will find a way to win against the Panthers. Then we get a huge matchup with Jaguars going all the way to the Texans. The Texans have been the story in the NFL with C.J. Stroud engineering back-to-back comebacks. Even though he didn't play his best last week, they still managed to beat Arizona. The Jaguars have been a little bit, they do well at home, but when they go on the road, they do have some kind of a trouble closing out teams. I have a feeling that the Texans, I'm calling for Texans upset over the Jaguars. Makes it very interesting in that division, if you ask me, because the Jaguars are at 7-3, the Texans are 6-4. So this is a huge game for the Texans to get to the first place. Then we got the Saints on the Falcons going to the Falcons. Again, this is again a game where it could be that division is as close as it can get for the top three teams. They all are one game behind each other except for the Panthers. So the Saints going to the Falcons. Desmond Ridder should be back, I think, for the Falcons. And I have a feeling that the Falcons may win this and then get to first place. I think it's going to be the Buccaneers, Saints, Falcons. One of them, the last day of the season, is going to win, and then the other two will be left behind. Then we got the Rams going on to the Cardinals. Again, this is another division matchup. Both teams not playing to their potential. The Cardinals just got Kyler Murray back. So he's still not in top football shape, although he shows flashes of his, his movability and things like that. But I have a feeling that the Rams go on the road to the Cardinals and win. Then we got the Browns playing the Broncos. Now, this is a very great matchup because the Browns, great win against the Steelers last week. And the Broncos have won 4 in a row after starting 1-5. The Broncos are 5-5. The Chiefs are 7-3. I mean, I still think it's the Chiefs' division to lose. I mean, they're not going to lose that. They somehow find it. Browns are 7-3. So without, they're playing without even Deshaun Watson. They're surviving on their defense and decent quarterback play. But this is a mile high. Browns going on the road to the Broncos. Broncos definitely have caught some fire with Sean Payton and Russell Wilson. Not making mistakes, that's more important. And I do think that the Broncos come up with the win against the Browns, get closer to the Chiefs. But, good for the Broncos because they could be closer to the playoff hunt. There are a lot of teams bunched together there. Then we got a great marquee matchup on Sunday. You got the Bills playing the Eagles. And this is, Bills have gotten better, but the Eagles are definitely the better team. Eagles, they didn't play well on offense, but their defense is still very good. And the Bills' defense is okay. And I think Jalen Hurts had a bad game. He's not played well this season that well, but I still think he has the weapons. They got a good running game, and I think the Eagles playing at home, they're not going to lose that. Then we got the Chiefs going against on the road to the Raiders. The Chiefs' offense may not be top-notch, but their defense is one of the best, and I do think that they ride on the defense playing against a QB, first-year QB. I do think the Chiefs' defense is going to give him a lot of problems, a lot of different looks, and the Chiefs are going to come up with the victory there. Then you got the Ravens going on the Chargers. The Ravens are definitely the best team in AFC. I have a feeling that they go on the road and beat the Chargers. Chargers have been, they had a lot of opportunities. They should have won the game last week. Drop catch, easy. Justin Herbert couldn't have done better. I think the Chargers are just a coach away. And there have been a lot of reports circulating that Bill Belichick could head to the Chargers. Now, again, that's a lot of speculation, but they're just a coach away. They got a great offense. Their defense is pretty decent. And I think one or two pieces they're missing. They're just, like I said, Staley is not the answer for the Chargers. Then we got another division matchup with the Bears going on the Vikings. The Bears fought really hard. The Vikings came a little short last week against the Broncos. It's a close game. I think the Vikings have, they got a good winning streak going until the loss to the Broncos. But playing at home, I do think the Vikings come up with a victory over the Bears on Monday night. I know this was long, but I think a lot of folks do say football starts after Thanksgiving, and this is it, right? We're in week 12. The playoff race is getting stronger and stronger. Maybe next week we'll spend a little more time on who are locks for the playoffs and who are, trying to fight for that big playoff spot. So thank you again for listening, and happy Thanksgiving all.